What was funny is the front desk lady I spoke with, she called this lady's number and she didn't pick up. She's like, all right, I think we'll just have to leave her a note. Then she's like, wait, I think I hear her voice. So she left the front desk, walked back, obviously talked to her. What's up, vlog? How we doing? Tuesday morning here, driving in the car. Sorry, I've got the sun on my face, so the video isn't that great, but we're just gonna go with it anyway. What I was thinking about this morning is you really gotta maximize time, because everybody has the same 24 hours in a day, and the different results that one person is going to get over another really comes down to what are they spending their time doing. And so as I've been driving this morning, what I was trying to figure out, because I don't have any cases on the books today personally, what I was trying to figure out is what is the absolute best way for me to spend my time today. You know, where do I go? Who do I call on? Who do I try to get in front of? What am I trying to do? What should I be doing today that would give me the biggest return on my investment of time? Now, there's a couple of ways to think about this too, because some of the big opportunities that you're going to be working on are not going to have a high ROI on a day-to-day basis. Like, you might be spending a lot of time kind of chipping away at these big opportunities, and you might finish the day and feel like you're not really getting anywhere. But you might be in the macro getting a long way, and you might be doing things that you have to be doing, and you've got to be taking those chipping away to get the result that you want in the macro. But in the micro, it might seem like, well, I'm not getting the ROI. I'm not seeing the results of my effort, of my labor right now. So it's a balance that you have to kind of play and take, that you need some short-term ROI to be there to make sure that you're getting feedback that, yes, I'm doing the right thing, I'm heading in the right direction. But you also need to understand that there's a level of patience that has to be had for the big opportunities that you're going to be working on. You know, everybody wants things to happen like that. You know, I would love for things to happen overnight, but that's just not reality. So there's a certain level of patience that you have to be okay with, and you have to accept that that's just going to be the reality at some level. So that's kind of what I was thinking about. And the other thing that kind of got my mind thinking about it is a guy reached out to me on LinkedIn. He sent me a message, and he's a senior in college. He's going to be graduating in December. And he's like, hey, I was listening to the interview podcast that you had with Mike Hayes, and you were talking about kind of the timing of things just being right for you. Like, when I got out of school, the timing was just right. There was a company that needed me, or there was a company that was hiring in the place that I was graduating, same town, etc. It was kind of right place, right time on my end. So he's like, yeah, I was listening to that. And then the next sentence is, I'm going to be graduating. When do you feel like the right time for me to start applying to jobs is? And I kind of chuckled to myself when I read it, because the first sentence acknowledged that he understood that it was luck and timing and chance that kind of got me into the role right away out of college. But then he asked for, well, what is the ideal time to start doing this? It's like, there is no ideal time. You can't factor in, like an equation, luck and timing and chance. My response to him, my answer to him was, you just have to start doing it. Like, I would start applying right now. Like, all you can do is control the effort that you put out, and then hopefully something good happens. Serendipity, luck, timing, chance. The harder you work, it's like cliche lines, like the harder you work, the luckier you get, but like, you should really operate that way. Like, you should actually just, I want to get lucky. I want things to go my way. I want chance to go in my favor. Well, I have to be on the court. I have to be on the field. I have to be playing the game for that to happen. So as long as I just keep putting forth effort each and every day, as long as you keep putting forth effort each and every day, as long as this kid just start applying, Start applying to jobs. Like, what are they going to say? Like, oh no, we're not going to hire you because you don't graduate until December. Like, okay, cool. I made a connection with somebody in a company that potentially down the road could hire me. Like, your worst case scenario is you're growing your network while you're getting interview experience potentially, and or potentially a job. Like, there is no perfect time for anything. Like, nobody can predict the future. We don't have that capability, at least not right now. So all you can do is control your effort. And like, should you do that? Anytime that you're thinking like, should I do this? Should I put forth this effort? Should I apply to this job? Should I like make this sales call? Like, the answer is always yes. Like, as long as it doesn't jeopardize something ethically or morally, or like, the answer is always yes. Because nobody can predict when things are going to go your way. You just have to keep trying. And eventually, if you do, more often than not, you're going to have opportunities that come your way that you weren't planning for, that you couldn't have predicted ahead of time. And it's luck and timing and chance that go your way, and now you're off and running. So anyway, that's kind of what was on my mind this morning. So I've got 4 stops lined up on my schedule this morning to knock out. So I'm headed to the first one right now. And yeah, I'll keep you guys posted as the day goes on. All right, walking into first kind of a cold call. I reached out by email to this doctor's medical assistant, and then now I've got my cold call document here, a little handwritten note with product brochure. I'm going to leave this in his office, and then probably later today or tomorrow reach out to him by email. So just trying to hit him and them, his staff, from all angles. So that's what we got now. Yeah, knock this out. All right, so I found out the doctor is out of town this week. So I gave the little document to the front desk lady, who's going to put it in his mailbox. So we should get it when he comes back next week. He's out of town this week. So therefore, I will not be emailing him this afternoon because he's obviously out of town and it's not really going to be productive. So I'll wait until next week. So I'll put a note in my calendar to reach out to him, to shoot him an email Monday of next week. I did confirm that his medical assistant is Melissa, so the same medical assistant that I thought, or that he at least used to have. She's still with him. So that's what I know for that. And yeah, it's kind of where we stand. I'll probably shoot her maybe a follow-up call or email the end of this week just to confirm that she had received the email that I sent, and let her know that I left the document at his clinic in the office, and hopefully get on his calendar for next week or the following week. And yeah, so all right, headed to the next stop. All right, so there's a first time for everything. I literally ran out of ink in this pen, and it's the only pen I've got in my car and in my bag. For whatever reason, I've just taken them out, put them in the house, something like that. So I'm going to buy pens, probably for the first time in my life. Like, I've always just found pens, or you get pens given to you, or you just pick them up from somewhere and you throw a bunch in your car and in your bag. Now I don't have any pens to write my notes for the day. I literally have to buy pens. All right, so just pit stopped in the second location. It's a doctor I had cold emailed a couple weeks back. Never got anything from him. I had asked one of his partners who's using our product to mention it to him. I haven't heard from him, so I stopped in the office, left him that cold call packet. The thing is, there's 2 things kind of on my mind right now. The first is, you gotta be careful counting each cold call like this, where you're just leaving information as a touch point, because you really don't know if they're going to get the information. I'm hoping, and it's in a best case scenario, they will get the information, right? They're going to get the document that I leave them. But it's also not that uncommon for that to just go in the trash. So that's why I do it the way I do it. But the other thing that I was just kind of cracking up, it was funny as I was buying pens. I'm curious if you guys do this as well. When you're making a decision on a product and you're looking at the different prices, you know, there's a wide variety. You could pay, 50 cents for a pen, or you could spend $10 on a pen. And if I don't, I'm obviously not educated on pens, but human beings, we kind of have default mechanisms that we go to make decisions. And it's like, well, I don't want the cheapest one because I'm probably going to be disappointed in how well it works. But I don't want to buy the expensive one because, number one, I might lose it. Number two, it's probably not really worth it. So I'm just going to find one in the middle and buy it. It's just kind of funny as I was analyzing my own thought process in buying a pen. It's like, we'll just go in the middle, play it safe, I would imagine other people do that, but let me know in the comment section, do you guys, when you're buying things you're not totally educated on, are you doing kind of the same thing where it's like, well, I don't want the cheapest one and I don't want the most expensive one because neither of those are probably going to be worth the price. I'll just find something in the middle and go with it. Let me know if you guys do that too. That was kind of funny. All right, so making the next cold call, and I was thinking about this as I was putting together this document, and I think I've talked about it before. But the objective when you're walking into a clinic for the first time or the second time or whenever, you don't have a relationship with them, you're trying to develop one. Chances are you're going to have to leave information in the clinic. So the question is, how do I reduce the risk that this right here is going to go right in the trash? Well, you got to play to the cognitive biases of human beings. So for one, I do a handwritten note. Why? Because the minute they open it up and they see that it's a handwritten note, they're going to think, oh, this guy put in more effort. I probably shouldn't just throw this away. If I just walk in there with a single brochure, drop it off, they have no problem cognitively of saying, well, that person, this is subconsciously, that person didn't put this together, so it doesn't really matter. So then my effort of throwing it in the trash doesn't really matter. You got to reverse engineer and think about the cognitive biases of the people that you're dropping this information onto to hopefully maximize that. So my other thought, as I'm walking back to my car on these cold calls, is that I think a lot of people get impatient. They just want to, let me just grab a brochure and drop it off. And that allows you to go faster. It does, obviously, because it takes time to sit and write out a little handwritten note. I put it on a sheet of paper that I put our company letterhead at the top with my information, contact information at the bottom, so it's a little bit more formal. So it takes a little bit of time. The way I think about it is balance. Okay? You don't want to go super fast because if the person on the other end doesn't see that you've put in any effort into the cold call, you're just dropping off a brochure, they feel no remorse for just taking it and dropping it in the trash. Now on the flip side, you don't want to take 20 minutes trying to construct this elaborate cold call document, because that takes too long. It probably takes me 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes at the most, but it's standardized now to where I just copy the same note pretty much every time. It's let's say 3 minutes long to do it. That to me is worth it from a time standpoint, because I want to go fast, but I don't want to go that fast. If I just drove over here to this freaking office, I want to get my money's worth for putting in the gas and the time to actually have a relatively good cold call document for them, so that hopefully, it doesn't go right in the trash, actually gets in the hands of the doctor. So that's kind of how I think about that. So I just walked out of the surgery center. I was stopping in for my next call. Was trying to get a couple of minutes, introduce myself to a materials manager. I spoke to this lady on the phone last week about potentially getting our product in for an eval. What was funny is the front desk lady I spoke with, she called this lady's number and she didn't pick up. She's like, all right, I think we'll just have to leave her a note. Then she's like, wait, I think I hear her voice. So she left the front desk, walked back, obviously talked to her, and then she came back to me and said, yeah, she's too busy right now. You're just gonna have to leave a note. And that's just the reality of being in sales, in what we do, especially when you're cold calling. you're going to run into situations all the time where you're trying to get in front of somebody and they're just blatantly turning you down. You've got to not allow that to slow you down or get too frustrated when that happens, because it's going to happen a lot. So, yeah, on to the next one. All right, so back in the car here, just finished up the another call, dropped off cold call document at a doctor's office, got an email address for a guy that I'm supposed to follow up with who schedules the meetings with the doctor for the product demos. So it is officially 12:04 p.m. So I am going to get some lunch, and then the afternoon is going to be full of follow-up calls. So like I have said in previous videos, generally, and it doesn't always work out this way, but generally I will do cold calling in the morning. Kind of gets me going, gets me in rhythm, helps me feel productive, and then I'll spend the afternoon on follow-up calls, which there are more than enough of those to get done, whether that's emails, whether that's actual phone calls, whether that's finding people on LinkedIn, connecting with them, reaching out to them, sending them a message, trying to find creative ways to stay in front of these people and follow up with them, because you can't just do the same thing over and over. You can't just do, hey, call me back, hey, call me back, hey, call me back. If you've left, 6 voicemails with one person trying to get a meeting, like at some point you got to switch it up. And so you got to get creative. What are the different things, the different options that you're looking at doing for getting their attention and getting their time? So that'll be the afternoon, and I'm going to try to sneak in a mountain bike ride late afternoon, evening. We'll see if that goes. All right, welcome back. And it's 4:30, right on the dot, 4:30 p.m. And I am just about home. About to pull in the garage here shortly. So another good, productive day. Cold calls in the morning. A lot of follow-ups in the afternoon. Phone calls, emails, LinkedIn messages, things like that. Really just trying to find any way that I can get in touch with creatively the doctors, the PAs, the administrators, the people that can make decisions, that can move the ball forward with our products. So, that's had a big win. Just got an email back from a guy saying that he wants to be involved with our company. So that's good. And this is another day in the life of a medical sales rep. Going to get home 4:30. I don't think I'm going to get a mountain bike ride in tonight, but I was thinking I might actually get to take my daughter out, and she likes to play with soap, so wash the car, potentially, have a good night together with family. So anyway, that is another day in the life of a medical sales rep. So we will see you on the next one. See you guys.